By 2017, the last of the coal-fired power plants in the state of Massachusetts will be out of business. The latest to close, a 63-year-old operation whose chimney stacks spewed coal dust over the historic seaport town of Salem. But if all goes as planned, it will be torn down. Taking its place on the same site would be a smaller, more photogenic facility, driven instead by cleaner natural gas. Under the deal, the new natural gas-fired plant will be shut down in just 35 years. By then, enough non-fossil fuel energy sources will be available to replace it. Environmental groups reached that agreement with the utility in keeping with Massachusetts' official target of more than 1/4 of its electricity generated from renewable sources in the next 5 years.
The settlement that we reached in regard to this plant is a great example of how we can use natural gas in the near term to make sure we keep the lights on and create a very careful, intentional transition to a clean energy future.
But to some local residents, that deal is full of holes.
We think that's a terrible idea. There is no way that they will meet the mandated goals if they continue to burn carbon.
The economics are such that if you build this plant, it's going to shut out the development of actual renewable energy like wind and solar and wave technology.
Massachusetts has plenty of wind and waves, but U.S. development of both those technologies lags behind Europe. Off the Massachusetts coast, the first proposed U.S. offshore commercial wind farm is still years away from construction, and its promoters admit the price of its electricity would be double that of power now available on the grid. But clean power advocates say the economics of renewables are quickly changing for the better.
Already in some places in the country, onshore wind and solar are reaching parity in competitive levels.
Meanwhile, in the courts and on the streets, the activists continue to wage their fight for their state to step off the natural gas pedal. Tom Ackerman, Al Jazeera, Salem, Massachusetts.